Dinner time. Your kid looks at the plate and says, I don't want this. So you negotiate. You bargain. Maybe you end up making chicken nuggets for the third time this week. And as you're standing there, exhausted, you wonder, why is this so hard? Here's the truth nobody tells you. What you're doing out of love is actually making it worse. But once you understand what's really happening, you can stop the battles completely. Let me show you the 3 mistakes almost every parent makes, and the surprisingly simple French solution that changes everything. The 3 mistakes. Mistake number 1. Backup meals. When your child refuses dinner and you make something else, you've just taught them, if I refuse hard enough, I get what I want. Mistake number 2. Pressure. Just one more bite, honey. Every time you say this, you activate what researchers call the control paradox. The more you push, the more they resist. Studies actually show that pressure makes kids eat less, not more. Mistake number 3. Constant grazing. The goldfish at 4 p.m., the granola bar in the car, the juice box while they're playing. These seem harmless, but they're removing the one thing that makes kids willing to try new foods: real hunger. What's actually happening before I show you the solution? You need to understand why your child acts this way. Because once you get the biology, everything clicks. First, there's neophobia, fear of new foods. When you try an unfamiliar restaurant, you feel a little hesitant, right? Your child feels that times 10. Their brain is hardwired for survival. They're not being difficult, they're being normal. Second, the control paradox. Imagine if your husband stood over you at dinner saying, "Come on, just 3 more bites of salad." You'd want to throw the plate, right? Your toddler feels the exact same way. When you pressure them, their brain sees it as a loss of autonomy. And humans resist control. Third, the appetite cycle. When you're genuinely hungry, not bored snacking but truly hungry, even plain foods taste good. Most kids never experience real appetite at mealtime because we've been taught that hunger is dangerous. French parents understand something different. And here's the controversial part. They let their children get hungry before meals. Not starving, not deprived. Appropriately hungry. Because managing mild hunger isn't neglect, it's structure. The French rule. The rule is called le menu unique. One family, one meal. Part 1. One menu. In France, there's one meal at dinner. The parent decides what's served. No negotiations, no backup options. This isn't harsh, it's actually kind. Here's why. The parent's job is to decide what, when, and where food is served. The child's job is to decide whether and how much to eat. You're not forcing them to finish. You're just not short-order cooking. Part 2. The mandatory taste. French kids aren't forced to eat everything, but they are required to taste it. Just one polite taste every time. The language matters. You don't have to like it, sweetie. You do have to taste it so your tongue learns. Here's the trick. Use sensory talk. Is it crunchy or soft? Sweet or salty? This shifts focus from whether they're eating to what the food is like. It turns tasting into curiosity instead of compliance. For a fearful child, even smelling the food counts as a taste. No pressure to swallow, just exposure. Because research shows children need 8 to 15 exposures to a new food before they accept it. Most parents give up after 3 tries. Part 3. The 2-hour hunger window. This is the invisible piece that makes everything else work. Without this, the other rules fail every time. French children don't graze. They have structured mealtimes and one snack time around 4 p.m. Something small like fruit and bread. Then, nothing except water until dinner. If your child ate chips an hour before dinner, this entire system fails. Because they're not hungry. And without hunger, there's no biological reason to try the green beans. You need a 2 to 3 hour window before dinner. This isn't deprivation. It's allowing their natural appetite to build. And that's when everything shifts. What this looks like in practice. Step 1. Serve one balanced meal with at least one safe food, something you know they'll eat, like bread or fruit. This lowers everyone's anxiety. Step 2. Require a polite taste of everything. You don't have to like it. You do have to taste it so your tongue learns. Step 3. After they taste, they decide what else to eat from what's on the table. You don't hover, you don't count bites. Step 4. Maintain the schedule. If they don't eat much, the next meal comes at the next scheduled time. No emergency snacks. Step 5. Don't comment on what or how much they eat. Here's the exact conversation. Your child sees green beans. I don't like green beans. You respond calmly. You don't have to like them. You do have to taste them. Just one taste so your tongue learns. They hesitate. You wait. No pressure. They take a tiny bite. Make a face. Maybe a dramatic gagging sound. You stay calm. Okay, what did you notice? Was it crunchy or soft? They pause. Soft and squishy. Interesting. Thank you for tasting. Now what else would you like from the table? They eat the chicken and rice. Don't touch the green beans again. And that's a win. Because they tasted them. That's exposure number 1. Next time, green beans will be slightly more familiar. By the 8th time, they might eat 2 bites. By the 15th, they might actually like them. 3 questions you're probably asking. What if my child doesn't eat anything at dinner? If your child arrives genuinely hungry and there's at least one safe food available, they will eat something. Their survival instincts won't let them starve when food is present. If they refuse everything, you stay calm. Okay, you don't have to eat, but this is what we're having. The kitchen closes after dinner, and breakfast is at 7 a.m. One missed meal doesn't harm a healthy child. What harms them is learning that refusing gets them special treatment. They'll be hungry, and they'll eat breakfast. What if they refuse the mandatory taste? Hold the boundary gently but firmly. In our family, we taste everything once. Take your time. Then you eat your own meal. You're not punishing them. You're maintaining the expectation. Usually they take the taste because they're hungry. If they still refuse, you clear the plate when the meal is over. No anger, no lecture. What if they have extreme picky eating? If your child has a diagnosed feeding disorder or severe food aversion, you need specialized support. This approach is for typically developing children. But here's what I've seen. Most kids don't have a disorder. They have a pattern that's been accidentally reinforced, and patterns can be changed. What to expect days 1 to 3. Testing phase. They might skip a meal or eat very little. This is normal. They're learning the new rules. Don't cave. Days 4 to 7. First shift. They'll start eating more at meals because they're genuinely hungry. Weeks 2 to 3. Battles dramatically decrease. Weeks 4 to 6. This becomes your new normal. Look, everything you've been doing until now, you were doing it because you love your child. You just didn't have all the information. You're not just teaching them to eat. You're teaching them that hunger is normal and manageable, that new foods become familiar with time, that meals are predictable and safe. Take a breath. You've got this.